We're here to talk about the Psychic Fair at Brandy Station, and we have the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders with us. Please introduce yourselves.
All right, I'll start since I'm at the top, and then we'll go that way. I'm Pat O'Keefe. I'm one of the members of the Sisterhood, and we're very pleased to be able to work with Brandy Station. Well, Brandy Station with Fleetwood Church with you all in order to preserve that beautiful building, and that we were fortunate enough to have actually been at last year. And I will turn it over to Rhonda.
I'm Rhonda Caudell, also member of the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. I'm the tea leaf reader in the group, and I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say.
I'll tell you, she's much, much more than that, but we'll talk about all those wonderful things later too.
Yes, please.
All right, I'm Kelly Baker, and I help the girls with keeping their appointments and keeping everything in line. And one of the sisters.
And we
I
love
bet you do
her.
more than that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And we have the Connor sisters, Ashley and Misty.
This is Misty. And I'm Ashley. And we're the Connor sisters. We pretty much are the ones that are going to make you laugh and, you know, sometimes apparently
Cry.
Maybe cry.
All
You
kinds of
know, a bundle of emotions.
Yes.
We both read tarot cards, and Misty does the cleansings with eggs. It is a new endeavor that she's actually going into, and it's something that not a lot of people have seen. You want to say something, Ryan?
I've heard of that. That's fascinating.
Me and Ashley, I think, stumbled across Pat. Let's see, like in years ago.
Not
We're
so
gonna-
old.
we're not
Not so
gonna
many
tell you
years
our
that we're
age,
old, though, but you know.
and it was kind of cool back then. We were complete skeptics. So yes, you too can be on this side of the things, because you get opened up. And then we would go to Pat and we'd be like, Pat, what the heck is going on? And she'd be like, you better hold on, because you're opening up. And then of course we came across our beautiful sisters, Kelly and Rhonda, through all this, through Pat. And then, you know, our gifts just tend to grow. So we have all got the opportunity and really been blessed to travel the US, giving readings, being able to do seances, gallery readings. And it's something that we're excited to do. And also this event.
We are so excited to have you. We'll introduce ourselves too. I'm Kristie Parker. This is my husband, Donnie Parker. And we wear a couple of different hats.
Penn and Teller.
That's fancy.
We're probably best known as Spirit Guides Paranormal. We founded it, and we're also Healing Spirits, Reiki, and Energy Work. We're both Reiki masters. We've done quite a few events at the church, and this is where Pat had the idea of doing the Psychic Fair last year when she did a past life regression for both of us. And I'm so glad she did. This has been a lot of fun, and we're very, very excited about the event. So, the C's, I've also known as the Claires. I know you guys pretty much hit all of them. You want to tell us about it?
Well, I mean, I can, just from having seen these ladies and of what they can do, it's definitely the 4 Claires and more, because we also include astral projection. 2 of us have the gift of psychometry, which is holding objects and being able to connect with the energy of the people or the person that owned that particular object. You know, tasseography, which is, as Rhonda mentioned, it is tea leaf reading. It's a very old form of divination, and in the South they would often do coffee grinds. I remember my grandmother doing coffee grinds, and I think there's another one. Was it you, Misty, that was talking about someone in your family, or it might have been Rhonda, that had actually done coffee grounds? They remember that when they were younger, and I will hand it over to someone else to add to that. Anyone?
Ladies, don't speak in
We all got scared. We're like, what? I think it's great because Pat talked about everybody else except herself in this, and everybody knows going to Pat, she's, you know, a trained hypnotist, so she's able to do these past life regressions. But also all of us are able to, if you've never seen all of us together doing a gallery reading, it's different, and I'm going to tell you why, because you never get this many psychics together to able to, if you, it's hard to explain. One of us goes down this path and the other one literally can see that with them. So we're able to give the whole picture. Some of us will get a location, some of us will get a time. And the thing of it is people believe that, oh, sure, what they're saying is this and this, but we've actually done, things outside of this. We've studied together to see this. And it's really cool because it gives you a whole picture of things that normally when you get one psychic, it's good. But when you get all of them together, you're hitting it all the way around. And it's a different, unique take on it, I think, personally.
One thing is we've had clients come in the house and, you know, certain clients will be like, I just want one reading. A lot of ours are like, no, I want one from each one of you guys. And they'll go through and you can hear them be like, that's what she said. That's what she said. Da, da, da. And it's like a bing, bing, bing. Yeah. So it's really awesome that we're connected in that type of way, that we're able to give a side of the story that maybe the other one wasn't able to see, because it's kind of like you immerse yourself into it. And if you go to the Grand Canyon, it's going to be different explanations each time, breathtaking, different words. So it's all that we have people come in that would actually want to do that.
And we all link up is the thing. We have this connection and this bond, and it's like we work as a unit instead of individually. So that's great. Did want to add that our abilities are not just limited to, you know, the psychic readings and stuff. We also, 4 of us are Reiki masters. So, well, actually 5. I forgot Stephanie. She's there's 5 of us and then Kelly is level 1 practitioner. So
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, we are too. There was something about the Reiki attunements that I don't know if it worked out this way for you all, but it takes whatever natural abilities you had and manages to jack it up. I know it did for us. And having folks that you can bounce things off of and you validate each other. I know that happens with us in paranormal investigations as well, and in the Reiki circles. One of our team members, Merlin Bradbury, is a very gifted psychic and can see the spirits as well. And having her around has helped us develop tremendously, because she can validate what we are seeing and what we are feeling. And that's just amazing. The fact that you all work as a unit is incredible. So to tie this back into the Psychic Fair, at 3:00 in the afternoon on the 11th of September, we're going to have you ladies do a gallery reading, which we're very, very excited about. And then later that evening, a seance, Victorian Seance, and we're going to do a catered dinner as well. So tell us a little bit about what happens during a Victorian seance.
I'd like to, before we move on from the gallery reading, because I know we have a few tickets left for that one. One is interested. One of the things that also makes our gallery readings unique, other than the fact that we practically finish each other's sentences, and we also add to the reading that someone is giving, we can often add details to that reading, so you're getting a much fuller reading than you would with a single psychic. But also we move beyond just mediumship. Often we receive messages from spirits that we will give to someone in the audience. So it's a real mixture of energy that people will be receiving from us, not just a very narrow scope of mediumship itself. But yes, the Victorian Seance, this is going to be fun. We are going to have, of course, four people who will be working as mediums, and also someone who has very strong energy in the mix. So we've already talked about this, Kristie, and this is what people can expect. And by the way, this event is already sold out. So this is for the people that are going to be enjoying this. Rhonda and I are going to be at one end, and we've got Misty and Ashley, across from each other. And that way we have people, you know, and medium very close to each other. And that way we're going to be able to pick up on that energy as it really swirls around that table. And there was 2 reasons that people connected their hands in some way, usually by touching, you know, pinkies to pinkies to each other and thumbs as they went around the table, is to, number 1, so you can cheat if you were a medium. But more importantly, and especially to modern mediumship, which we really channel that Victorian era, where you channel energy, you allow the energy of the spirit to sit in your body, so to speak. And so you're sharing voices, and we will be telling those people to look for things like a change in mannerism. For instance, if we if we pick up on somebody who's young and who was in a gang, which I did, you might start watching this middle-aged woman start throwing gang symbols.
Wow.
You know, somebody like, watch faces like Rhonda's. It may change a little. Our voices may change. We may have mannerisms. Like once I was doing this, I'll put my hands up, I was doing this. And I was talking to this woman and my hands were doing this the entire time. And she said, "What are you doing with your hands?" And I said, "I don't know." And she said, "My son was a concert pianist." So,
Wow.
so that's what I'm saying. And then, you know, you may find somebody that keeps stroking their throat, like, you know, one of the Connors, you know, and to find out that the person died of throat cancer. So we always ask people to look at the body. This is quite a different type of mediumship than you normally find, and that type of mediumship will be evident in our gallery reading. But I'll give this one to Rhonda because she has such a passion for the Victorian age, and maybe she can share a little of what they can expect when they're sitting there.
Anna, I think you pretty much covered it.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I love it too, Rhonda.
I was pretty much sold when she said, "Hey, you might see an old lady do gang signs." I mean, that was my selling point. I was like, I don't need anything else. I'm gonna show up for that.
I want to
waiting
see
for
Pat
a
for a
rap.
gang sign, guys.
Right.
I think
That rap.
I think maybe if the girls are okay with it, I would like to bring the spirit trumpet. That was a huge thing in the Victorian era. They put the trumpet on the table, and you would either hear sounds come from the trumpet, or sometimes the trumpet would even levitate or move. So
Oh, that sounds cool.
I haven't discussed it with them yet, but I would like to do that. And they would also use like bells or candles to see if there was any, you know, if the bells rang or if the candle flickered or, you know, whatever. But it's very unique.
You cannot go
I'm
wrong
so
with the
excited.
trumpet. You can't go wrong with a trumpet. Anything you do that's fun involves trumpets.
Plus, Rhonda mentioned the candles. She's overlooking a big, when we first started off doing seances all together, we had firemen look at these responses we were getting with the candles. Remember that, Rhonda?
Yeah, the wick exploded.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
And then we found out that when we would bring these candles out, these spirits would really interact. Now you got to understand, everybody's got their hands together or locked or some form of touching. And there was candles. There was about 3 of them in the middle, I think, Rhonda, but there is footage of it literally exploded and went up, and you can see that fire.
Wow.
And it's pretty cool. So when you get a spirit who also wants to conduct, I guess, transfer of energy, things like that, or messages through divination through candles, that is unique too.
Did he not die of something with fire? Did he not later? We found out that.
Yes.
I'm not for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. See, so that's a form for them. Plus, sometimes people who have passed, people overlook the fact that, you know, a fire is something to them like our electricity. So a lot of times they will be more open to that rather than a light bulb, things like that.
That's awesome.
That might answer some of our questions at the church. Because
Yeah.
apparently some of the spirits are telling us there was a fire there before the church was ever built.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited now.
All right. So, I mean, in a seance, you are addressing the spirits that are with the people who come in, yes, but also perhaps the ones that are in the location.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
If
Because
they-
you're going to
if they
run into
want to
quite a
talk-
few of them, I think.
If anybody wants to talk, we'll talk to them. We're real nice Southern people. We'll give a good talk. You know, you want
Well,
to
there you
press
go.
with you. They're already there. It's we're social people.
Well, there's a bit of a mystery going on there, and please be social people. The location is really interesting. The building that you're going to be in was built in 1880 technically, but according to the Culpeper tax record, there was something there in 1850.
Wow.
And our investigations and some of what the owner has gotten out of the foundation indicate that
It was there during the Civil War.
It was there
called
during the
Outpost,
Civil-
and
Outpost.
there were,
buckles and goodies.
yes, from the foundation. So what we've been told somewhat, do you want to know?
Well, I was
You
going
wanna
to
know,
ask
or
you.
should I be quiet?
Well, I was going to say maybe not, because if we pick up on something when we're
Okay.
there.
Not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Go on.
Misty says
You want
Outpost.
us to do it now? Sorry.
Misty says Outpost. She believes
It
it
was,
sound like that.
yeah.
It was
But that
great.
I'm
Well,
just going to put it out there.
No,
I didn't hear what you said. Say it again, Misty.
You said an outpost, and I was going to say I saw a wall, and I saw this, Donnie. I think I mentioned it when I was there. I saw like what are they called? Like pelts or like deer skin that was tacked on the wall. So
You sure you weren't seeing what you were reading with me? Because
Do
that was in the
what?
reading you did with me.
yeah,
My past life regression, I had belts on the wall.
yeah, that's what I was seeing though. It was like it was also tied to that area, to that. And then I heard pigs squealing too. It was weird. Like there were pigs in the background. I have no idea.
It was all farmland, so
was.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
There's
That's
a
your past life, buddy. You had a good time.
I'm still having a good time as best I can.
Right on. There's a particular
carried over.
detail that I want to see if you guys turn up, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. All right. Very cool.
I would like to throw something out there, if it's okay. It's kind of going to feed off of what Pat just said there. I do see that there was, I don't know, I've never been there, never researched nothing. And if y'all don't want to hear what I have to say, I can wait.
Oh,
and
please. No, go
Okay.
for it. Go for it. I want to know.
I do believe that it was an outpost. When I say outpost, it wasn't connected to a larger building, but very quickly when you said there was something else there, it was an outpost. I don't know if it was for trading or it was just stationed there, meaning they were surrounded, they weren't connected to a bigger place is what they were saying very quickly when you said that. So I think I hit on something with Pat, but very quickly when you were talking.
You
Don't
kind
go-
of hit on something with us too, but Pat, go. I'm
No,
still
No,
not going to.
seriously, all of a sudden, okay, I'll be okay. This is definitely connected to the Civil War, isn't it? What you all are connecting with, because I heard moaning of men too. I heard injured. I still hear those damn pigs. Sorry, I hope I didn't say that. But I hear those pigs. Let me tell you why. It's like that was part of how they survived. And I almost feel like they took these pigs from someone else, maybe from this farm, but they were taking it to feed others. Okay, but I'm also picking up on wounded, like wounded. There's men there. I can tell you that. Men there.
Do you want to know
Go ahead.
how correct you are?
Okay.
You are so spot on.
You are so spot on. It's amazing.
To Graffiti House is just up the road. That was
2 doors down.
That was actually the post office, a general store, and a stop for the train, but it was also a Civil War hospital.
Yes. It was a Civil War hospital. And at the time, there was nothing really between the two, not much of anything. So the land for Fleetwood and the land for Graffiti House, it all sort of blended together. And yeah, it was a Civil War hospital.
And the house is actually drawn, it's in the archives of the.
In the National Archives, there's a sketch of the Graffiti House that was drawn by a Civil War soldier. It was dated, 1860, for, I think. And you can see the Graffiti House, and just on the left-hand side of the sketch, you can see the edge of the building, which is where Fleetwood would be right now. There was something there, but we don't know what. And that's what I'm not going to say, because that's what I want to see if you guys pick up the same thing that we got in our investigations. But yeah, the wounded, they were everywhere. Right behind the church is the railroad tracks, and they'll probably make dreadful noise while we're there because the trains run regularly. But both the Graffiti House and the church used to face the tracks. That was a main thoroughfare for the soldiers, for people coming through. It became named Brandy Station because when they got on and off the train at the Graffiti House, which of course wasn't called the Graffiti House at the time, there was a sign that said Brandy. So it got to be known as the Brandy Station. But Pat, you are spot on. In fact, there's very strong indications that there were soldiers buried around there, and there was probably just a boneyard from amputations.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I felt very strong energy there as far as dead and dying. I mean, the impression that has been left on the environment there is incredibly strong.
Yes.
But I will tell you that when Kristie was talking about that outpost, that there was and I immediately connected with that. And when I did, it's like I turned and I heard the moaning of men, and that there were men there, and that there was angst, and that they had taken these pigs, which I don't know why I keep hearing these pigs, but it's like they had to take them in order to feed their men. You see what I'm saying? Feed.
That makes total sense.
And they did. They actually, the winter after Gettysburg campaign, they were chasing Lee back down through the area. They actually took the old St. James Church, dismantled it, and made their winter camp. And they would take whatever they wanted, the Unions would, and trying to gather their dead that were left from the other battles.
The ruins, which is actually just a spot of the St. James Church, is across 29 in the battlefield, the Brandy Station battlefield. So not to be confused with the Fleetwood Church. But yeah, it was dismantled at the time.
Well, I just wanted to bring up the fact that, when we were talking about how we finished each other's sentences, I may not have gotten that rush of information if I had not connected with Misty's, and what she was seeing and connecting with, or at least not as strongly as I did.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing.
It's got to be awesome.
So before the gallery reading, and then between the time of the gallery reading and the seance, you will all be there doing readings for our guests. Yes.
Yes.
So folks will be able to come and talk to you and get a reading. I know everyone's going to be very excited about that.
They already are.
And let me mention just one thing, and then I'll turn it over. That we are going to be doing our usual readings, but we are not going to be doing any mediumship. All of that we are saving for the gallery reading, and of course when we're connecting. So to let people know, if they do want that type of reading through Rhonda or Misty, Ashley, or myself, then they either need to buy a gallery reading ticket, or they need to get with us next time. Because
save up that energy.
That's a very good point. So we'll have to get that out there. We have just a few gallery reading tickets left. They are still available on Eventbrite, but whatever we haven't sold on Eventbrite, if there are a few left, we'll sell at the door. But I have no doubt they're all going to be gone.
And after seeing you lovely ladies, they're all going to be flocking at the door.
They are.
I like that fella right there. Flattery will get you everywhere, sir.
Yeah.
Right on.
See what I got?
I
That's exactly right.
She used to be my skating partner back in junior high school.
True. He's the first boy I ever kissed. And that's something.
And then we ran away from each other. Then we caught up. Then look at us.
I know.
Donnie, I want you to know that I saw Yorl's wedding, a picture of Yorl's wedding or together, and I'm like, who is that man without all that hair?
This is relatively new.
This is my retirement plan.
I like
I
I
like it.
retire in a couple of years. I'm gonna be Santa.
I've been trying to get Misty to do the same. I mean, I'm like, yeah, you might sell it right now. I'll be like, did you not see how cool he looks?
Yeah.
We can get matching hats and everything. Just saying.
I love it.
Well, this is really going to be a fair. We've got all kinds of fun stuff going on. We have music, demonstrations. My computer really wants to update itself. Stop that. I really encourage our participants to wear their fun stuff. Let's make it a fun event in every possible way. Enjoy. Now let's let it be beautiful in every way. We're going to have so much to do. We have speakers inside, we have speakers outside. It's all going to be going on at the same time. But
It's to be a healing event.
Yes. And that's another thing that we want to bring up, when
And that we didn't realize that when we planned at 9/11, it didn't hit us until later. It's the 20th anniversary. So what more do we need the way this country's going than
Yeah.
healing for everybody with the COVID,
Yes.
masks, and God knows what else is going to come next.
And may I mention, you mentioned healing, right? And definitely this is a time that we need healing in this nation. And it's a beautiful thing that I truly, truly love the energy that comes from these types of events. And I'd just like to mention, Rhonda Caudell is the Reiki master teacher. She is the one that has taught all of us. And if anyone wants a Reiki session, she does a beautiful session. I have heard wonderful things about her. In fact, I was witness to it a couple of weeks ago. We were in Lilydale, New York, and I always say they're a prestigious program because it really is. I mean, they vet everyone who speaks there, or I have been told. And Rhonda did just a Reiki healing session for the entire group that we had. And the comments that they made were just beautiful. I mean, one woman was having all kinds of physical ailments that day. And after this session that she gave, she reported that she no longer had pain, which is phenomenal. And then, of course, someone like me, where I'm ADD, and you can probably tell because I can't sit still, I try to. But, just experiencing that and being able to calm my mind for a short period of time was a beautiful experience. So, anyone that wants that kind of healing, Rhonda is the one that taught us. She's magnificent. Love her to death. And also, I got to give Missy over here. I have got to give her credit. I did not think, I'm laughing here because I did not think that an egg could do what she does with an egg. It's old Southern hoodoo. It's old magic, I mean, we talk about our Appalachian granny women. And let me tell you something, people forget the Appalachians start in Georgia. And so that's way down south, as we say. And so, Southern hoodoo, what she does, she takes an egg, and I'll let her explain, but this was my experience. And it's like she transfers, through this magical process that she has, all of this flotsam that we build up, all of this negativity. But it's more than that. She takes it, and then she is able to read through the egg, and it's a special type of psychic reading. So if someone has not had that type of reading, you need to get one. And then Ashley is one of our master tarot readers. Just amazing. People have so much fun, as you can tell, with these two. So if people want, true insight, and I know she is the master of the love, love advice, her and Misty, but she is a queen with those cards. So if you have some relationship questions that you may have, or just life questions in general, then she's your person. I don't know if Kelly's going to be doing a fire magic or not, but she is another fire sign. She and
Well, Kelly, you haven't spoken much.
Yeah, you haven't.
You scare me. You're too quiet.
Tell us about your fire magic.
But those two are our fire signs. They have a lot of fire in their signs and in their life. So.
Excellent.
She's still not going to talk, is she?
We don't allow Kelly to talk. Only no.
Not today,
Not
Kelly.
today.
Not today.
Catch her on
She-
Monday. We let her talk
She's
on
the
Monday.
one to keep you all in line because she's the quiet one, right?
Yes.
Like when she talks, it's like an angel. We can only put that out every once in
Yeah,
a while.
once in a while.
And then you gotta pay her
Okay.
$5 and she'll
Otherwise-
say the phrase. Yeah.
Understand.
It would be too much. No,
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it. And one thing I want to do when we open the fair is have a moment of healing. And perhaps, Rhonda, you could help us out because I would like to get our Reiki folks together and just take a moment, to send out some healing and acknowledge that it's kind of a tough day for a lot of people. But I know one thing that you can do with Reiki is send Reiki to a situation.
Right.
So let's do that. Let's plan to do that, all of us. And I would like to call our other folks who we have various
We got so many
Healers.
healers going to be there. It's unbelievable.
We do. We have a bunch of healers, and I'd like to call us all together and just take a couple of minutes to.
If we had all been there during the
Acknowledge.
Civil War, nobody would have lost a limb.
They would have felt better about it anyway.
Yeah, well, Who needs a rub? These guys make me feel real good.
So, in fact, interestingly enough, we have, and he won't be there till later, but Dr. Donald Molnar, who is on at MD. He's a practicing physician.
We got
And-
Mulder coming in.
We
Yeah.
do. Did you
And
know he
he's level
just
1
got-
now.
He got his name for Reiki 1. Isn't that cool?
You got that, didn't you?
We scared him.
He did.
We did a science experiment with him. It worked.
Aw.
Now he's Reiki 1.
No, I think that's so
Oh,
cool. I love that we're going to have so many healers. I think that's fantastic.
I don't know. With all our healers going on, we're going to heal the whole nation, guys. I have faith.
That'd be awesome.
Let's do it.
We're going to be like Care Bears out there.
We
I tell
are.
you. It's going to be just like that. My Reiki
All of a
master
sudden, the satellite
Sister
dish would go,
Rhonda,
boom. Energy from Brandy Station? What is that?
Okay.
Oh my God, look at that energy surge.
We'll be bouncing off the satellites and, people
Send it everywhere.
That is true. I feel that's gonna happen. I got my master splinter down there. I keep on making her let me call her
Rhonda.
master or like, sensei. Can I call you sensei? Do I get like a robe or like a belt? I'm like wanting that. That's what I want.
I got a piece of paper
a paper.
and a hot palm.
I got
She did, she did give me a piece of paper.
She
but-
did.
Yeah, and a stick. Well, not a stick. It was a wand. It was a
Oh,
selenite. She
I was
had
like,
a selenite wand a long time ago.
She did.
As long as it wasn't a switch.
That's true.
I had to pay extra for that.
Oh no.
All right.
Sorry, I'm a bad influence.
How you roll? All right, ladies. What else?
One thing I would like to add is we do some pro bono work. It's not, we have a passion for saving these beautiful old houses. I mean, Rhonda is amongst us. She is a wizard at, at this. She and her brother Daniel, he has renovated half of Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee, these old Victorian mansions. She has that passion too. She has the Nickerson's Need House, which is this magnificent antebellum. For those that don't know what that means, it means it was actually built before the Civil War, and has saved it from literally crumbling through all the work that she and others, her team does to try to renovate and preserve this historical place, which like Brandy Station was the, it's one of the places that they would take soldiers who were, was the Battle of Saltville, Rhonda?
Yes, there was 2 battles in Saltville and they were brought here.
So, it's incredibly haunted. It's got a history, and she is pretty much, her and her husband single-handedly have saved this location. But in addition to that, and I'll let Rhonda add to this in particular because, she has a passion for that, but also our beautiful Connors. We also will do pro bono, like paranormal investigative work. Right now, we're working with a man. We're going to be meeting tomorrow night in a Zoom talking about this case. It's a man, and he's particularly worried about his child, who is 9 years old. It's a very aggressive haunting. So it involves 2 different cemeteries. One of them, whenever he mentioned the cemeteries, I literally saw myself between the 2 cemeteries, and I saw a road going between them. I looked to my right and I saw like this dark energy. It was shaped like a person. It was crawling out of one of the graves. And when I asked him about that, I mean, I had no idea that this was actually what it looked like. He just said 2 graveyards near the house. There's literally a road that goes between them. And he said that the older of the 2 graveyards is on the right-hand side, which I found interesting. So there may be a case of oppression that goes along with this. And Rhonda and I and the Connors and Kelly have talked about this. Our gift is the gift of discernment and revealing answers, if you will. But we do not have the hubris. If it's a human energy, we can deal with that. If it's what some people would call demonic, or I call it negative energy that is immortal, it has never been human, then that is, as far as eradicating that, then we would go to people that we know who are trained to work with that kind of energy. But anyway, so that's something we're doing. We also take on missing persons cases, and when we do that, we never charge. When we accept a case, we never charge for that case. And that's one of the things that we do in order to pay back karma, as well as try to help preserve these beautiful locations that we're just seeing go by the wayside. So I commend you all, Kristie, for working so hard to try to keep the Fleetwood Church intact. And just to let people know, because we haven't mentioned it, Rhonda, Kelly, the Connors, and myself are doing what we're doing with you, the gallery reading and the Victorian Seance and dinner, specifically for the restoration of the church. So
that's true. I didn't mention that specifically in this interview, but all ticket sale revenues are going towards the restoration of the historic Fleetwood Church. And we thank you so much. I think folks like us do so much of that stuff, and folks don't always realize that there's
more to paranormal than they think.
Yeah, there's more to what we do than just chase ghosts around.
Renovate, restore places, and people just don't get it.
Well, some do.
We're not just creeping around in dark places.
Some do, but thank you all so much for participating
Yes.
in the restoration of the Fleetwood Church, and all of Brandy Station will benefit from what we're doing here. So
Couldn't
thank
ask
you
for
so
a better
much.
bunch of ladies.
That's right.
Thank
I
you.
should say witches.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah, that works too.
The witches.
Does anybody else have anything to say about the pro bono work that we do? Maybe just get in touch with us if someone does have a case that they want us to look at. We are different than modern ghost hunters. In fact, Dr. Hans Holzer, love him or not, he's considered the godfather of modern parapsychology, and one of the original ghost hunters, in the modern age. And he said there were 3 things that you needed for a proper investigation. One was a camera, one was an audio recorder, and the other, and most importantly, was a trance medium. So when we approach an investigation, we do it using the most sensitive instrument on planet Earth, and that is ourselves.
Vision.
Yeah.
So that's how we approach it. If someone is interested or needs assistance, and if it's somebody out of our area that we can't get to, we will direct them to people like you, Kristie, that we know and trust, and know that you will handle it properly. Because as we know, there are those in this community that you simply know, and you know their work, and you know that they will do a good job and be respectful of the people and the property, and understand that once
And the entities.
once
Mhm.
those people still have to live there. So,
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Well, thank you for the kind words, Pat.
Indeed.
well, they're
You
meant
almost brought me to tears.
they're meant from the heart.
Well, I love that.
Well, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you all, man. Really.
Yes,
This is going to be a
we
blast.
It's gonna be fun.
We are so excited.
Well,
This is our first fair,
Mm-hmm.
but we're thinking about doing this annually. So
That would be
You
awesome.
should.
yeah,
See you all in?
oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
there.
All righty.
Really.
excellent.
They've
Okay.
always said I need to go to church more often.
There you go. You are taking us.
All right. So next Saturday, September the 11th, in Brandy Station, Virginia, the historic Fleetwood Church. We have the Psychic Fair at Brandy Station, the first, hopefully, annual Psychic Fair at Brandy Station, with our
These lovely
featured
ladies.
guests, these beautiful ladies, the Sisterhood of Magick and Wonders. And thank you so much for joining us. Couldn't ask for better. So
No.
Looking forward to seeing you all there.
yeah,
For having us.
Can't wait to see you all.
all right.
Oh God! Stop it now!
Kelly talked. Look at her. Everybody just. You won her over. You won over Kelly, guys.